What's going on, guys? This is Red Bull Tanker and welcome to another video of Operation Red Inferno. This is going to be turn 4. However, we don't know, well, we'll know in a little bit whose turn this will actually be, because now that we are in turn 4, the allies no longer hold the initiative for the game, so that'll be something that we will have to add to the game. Alright, so we'll get right into starting turn 4. Alright, first we'll start with the calendar events. So we'll go top to bottom. First is the Allied Pacific Reinforcements. We got a roll of 1 or 2. And if we get that, these American forces will immediately come onto the board and be at the Allies' disposal for use. So let's see what we get. Miss. Well, that's too bad for the Allies. Okay, next we have the formation of NATO, Norway, Greece, and Portugal. So what that means now is that the factory in Norway and the factory in Greece can now be used, and Portugal with 1 IPC will get added to the NATO alliance, and Norway and Portugal will both add 2 infantry and a destroyer to their positions. And now the rules say the allies can put those units within those nations, as in nations with multiple markers, at their discretion. So obviously for Norway, we're gonna put 2 more units into Narvik. I have to go get a destroyer piece. Oops, I should have just grabbed 2. And then we're going to drop the destroyer here with the rest of the Allied super fleet. And then down in Portugal, which gotta get some pieces. So we got 2 infantry, and we'll put a destroyer here near the mouth of the Straits of Gibraltar. All right, and then finally, so if you remember back in turn 2, the Soviets rolled a 1, so they did not declare war in Japan. So all the Soviet Pacific reinforcements will come into the game this turn, and that is all this massive horde. It is 12 infantry, 4 artillery, 4 tanks, 2 fighters, 2 tacticals, and 2 bombers, or 2 strats. Now they can be deployed in Stalingrad, Moscow, and Leningrad. So let's see here, get as close to the front as possible. So actually I'm just going to take the 4 artillery. Yeah, I'll take the 4 artillery, and I'm going to drop the 4, and there's no limit to what's in what space. So I'm going to take 4 of the artillery. Let's chip it out. We're going to take 4 of the artillery and put it in Leningrad. The 2 bombers, the 2 strats, well actually all the aircraft, we will deploy into Moscow. Whoops. Along with the 4 tanks, I'll get a ship for that. Along with 4 tanks. And then we got the 12 infantry. So let's do this. We're gonna send 4 to Stalingrad. We'll send another 4 to Moscow, and we'll send the last 4 to Leningrad. All right, so we got that. So that should be it for the timeline events. Yep, that's it for the timeline event. So now we got to go to the random event. So let's roll and see what we get for a random event. Actually, I'm going to clear up these dice real quick. All right, random event. 4. And we have not used the 4. What does the 4 give us? Oh! UK strikes in Liverpool, minus 10 IPC to the Allies. So that means the Allied purchases are going to have to change a little bit. So let's see here. So that'll be, since I already had the purchases done, that'll be 1 less destroyer, because destroyers are worth 10. So that is 1 less destroyer for the Allies to build this turn. All right. Okay, so there's the random event. All right, on to the purchases. The Allies had 100 and, well, let's see here. They had 122 to spend. They're paying 20 to repair both the naval base and air base in West Germany. They are buying 6 infantry, 6 artillery, 2 tanks, 2 destroyers, and a jet. The Soviets had 99 to spend, and they are buying 3 tanks, 6 mechanized infantry, 3 artillery, and 6 infantry. All right, let's see here. Let's see here, what's next? Okay, so next is the initiative. This is already going to be a pretty long turn starting off. All right, so for the initiative, each side rolls 1 dice, and whoever gets the highest will get to go first. And then once I determine that, there'll be a pause in the video as I work out the other players' turns. And actually, real quick, this battleship is once again completely fixed. So there is that. All right, let's do it. So I'll get a second dice. All right, so black for the Allies, red for the Soviets. And the Soviets win the initiative. All right, so I will take a minute to prep the Soviet turn, and we'll be back. So until then, guys, I'll be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. Sorry for the delay. So now we are here with the Soviets since they won the initiative. I will quickly point out that because Norway has joined the war, a +1 will be added to Finland. So Finland has a +1 now. All right, let's go to the Soviets. All right, so attacks. They've only got a few this turn. All right, first off, they're going to send 1 bomber on a bombing raid to bomb the Allied factory in Greece. This tank is going to blitz into Anzio and Taranto and finish the conquest of the Italian peninsula. The southern group of forces is going to go into Marseille, which when that happens, that will put some more stuff on the NATO marker, and then that should bring Turkey. We'll have to do a roll to bring Turkey into the war. And then finally, the Baltic Fleet, the 2 ships from the north, and let's see here, these 2 tacticals, these 2 bombers, 3 of these bombers, these 2 tacticals, these 3 jets, that tactical, those 4 jets, these 3 tacticals and jet are all going to attack the Allied fleet in Sea Zone 8. So we're going in a battle with 4 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 8 jets, 8 tacticals, 5 bombers against 1 sub, 3 destroyers, 3 carriers, 3 cruisers, a tactical, 3 battleships, and a fighter. The Allies have elected not to scramble this turn because that's just way too many aircraft to have to deal with. And the Allies would rather not try and lose any more aircraft than they need to. So we'll start with the smaller battles and we'll go to the bigger ones. So first we'll start with the air raid on Greece, this bomber right here. As you can see, I put different ones out so that way I can remember where aircraft came from, and so I can count out where they need to go back to. So, okay, but we got this bomber coming from Warsaw. He's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has a range of 8, so he's going to bomb that factory. So let's see what happens. First, the 1 dice for AAA. Misses. Total damage. Only got 5 damage on that. That's I guess that's okay. It puts, oh, well, the max damage is 4 anyways, so they max damaged the factory. They managed to max damage the factory in Greece. One second here, because I'm pretty sure that also, that might also put a NATO marker down for something. Let me just double check. So I'm at least gonna just bring this bomber, put him there, so that way I can at least figure out where he goes. Okay, so what do we got? All right, what happens with, all right, Greece falls, that didn't happen. USSR enters Greece. I'm playing that it has to, if it says enters, that means only ground forces, though again, I'm kind of shaky on that. It very well could mean aircraft overflights too, so I might change that for future plays. And then, nope, that's it. All right, so that's the Greek factory. All right, so then real quick, like I said, the Soviets are going to finish up their conquest of the Italian peninsula for 4 more IPC. And then let me get 2 more rondels. Soviets are advancing hard in the Mediterranean. Next, okay, then we go to the battle in southern France. And now we have entered southern France. So we have entered France. So now the game's going to go on halt quick because we have this to do. Okay, so USSR enters France. So that'll put Turkey at +4. So now we'll go over here and roll a dice. If we get a 4 or less, the Turkish military will join the war. So let's see what happens. And the Turks do join the war. So one second here while I get some more rondels. Okay, so that is 4, 6, 7. So the Allies will go up 7 IPC. And then the Allies, at their discretion, will get to drop the defending militaries. So let's see here. Let's do this. Let's see, where do I want to put their navy? No, we'll put their navy right here. So that'll force a conflict there. Because I think it's the same rules as Axis and Allies, where if you deploy ships, you have to do, I think you have to do at least 1 round of, no. I can't remember. It's not a declared, oh, I think it's like Axis and Allies. Either the enemy elects to leave or they fight it out. So as the Soviets, I'm just going to elect to leave and come down. Okay, and then the ground force dispersions. Okay, we have 8 infantry, 2 artillery. Let's see here. We'll at least put the fighter and TAC in the center of the country. I'm going to put, let's see here. We'll put 2 infantry in cars. So that way we can blunt any Soviet thrust, which means that 6 infantry, 2 artillery, and a tank will be deployed here and Istanbul. Okay, so now we can go to the Battle of Southern France, which is, again, the southern group of forces, 5 infantry, 4 artillery, 2 mechs, 2 tanks, and 2 heavies against 2 enemy infantry. All right, so the Soviets will have 1 dice for 1. All right, they got a hit. And then Then there is, let's see, 4 artillery and 4 infantry for 2, so that is 8 for 2. Yeah, they got the hit. So both enemy infantry are destroyed, and they roll back. Misses. All right, so that now means, oops, try not to knock stuff over. These 2 are gone. The Soviets move into Marseille. That's another 3 IPC from the Allies. Three. Okay. Oh, and then because Turkey joined, that's another 1 on. That's another +1 to Spain. So that Spain's at +3 or +2, and then the USSR entered France. So that is another one. So they're at, so Spain is at +3 out of 8, or +3 out of 4, and Finland is still at +2 out of 4. Okay, so now we once again go to the big show. I gotta remember that those will die at the end if the Allies lose. All right, so on to the big show. The massive naval fight over here. So, 1 second while I get some more dice. Okay, let's get going. All right, so starting off, we have four destroyers. Let's see, 4 destroyers and 2 cruisers for 3. So 6 for 3. That's 4 hits. And then we have a bunch of stuff for 4. So there's an 8, 16, oh god, 21 for 4. That's not good. Alright, so first 10. God, that's another 8, so that's 12 hits. And then the next set of 10. God, that's another 8 hits. That's the whole Allied fleet. I'm pretty sure of it. Let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right, so 21 hits, and they're at 20. And then we still have 1 more dice to roll because it was 21. Oh, miss. All right, so the Allies will have 1 unit that survives. Okay, so the Allies, they have a sub for 1. Miss. They have 3 destroyers and 3 carriers for 2. Whoops, that's 4 hits. And then 3 cruisers. 3 cruisers and a tactical for 3. Not good. 2 hits. And then 3 battleships and a fighter for 4. Ouch. That's only 7 hits. Okay, so that's the first round. So for freaking 20 hits on the Allied fleet, that's the sub. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow. Really could have used those Pacific reinforcements. And then the Allies got 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. At this point, there's no way that the Russians are going to miss. So we'll just roll the 1 for 4 on the Allies. And they miss, of course. Alright, so there's that, which means this whole transport fleet is gone. 2, that is going to help the Russians out a lot. Whoops. God, we're already going pretty long again. Alright, non-combats. Okay, we'll start with the ground, then go to the air. Alright, so non-combats. Starting off, this fleet is going to come over here to help keep the Straits of Gibraltar blocked. You guys are just going to stay there for now. Let's see here. You are going to go 1, 2. The rest of the army is going to go up. Let's see here. At this point, these 2 infantry from Romania are going to come down. These artillery, which can move 2, are going to go 1, 2. Oops. To Slovakia. Let's see here. Next. Get down there. These tanks are gonna go 1, 2 to Belarus. These mech. No, they're gonna be part of a rail. The 4 infantry here will come down to Rostov. I'm gonna send 1 infantry north. I'm actually gonna send these mechs. No, they will also be part of a rail. These infantry will go to Pskov. Don't have quite the infantry reserve there. Let's see here. The infantry here at Moscow will push to Oral-Kursk. These 2 fighters. 1, 2, 3, they'll go to Hungary. The 2 fighters here will stay. The bomber, so it came from Warsaw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll return him to Belarus. We'll hide there. Okay, now all the air units. So the 3 bombers went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll go back to Warsaw. Same with the tacticals. They'll come back to Warsaw. The 4 jets from Sudetenland will come back and land with the army there. So that's 4. These jets here went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll land back. Same with this tactical. These guys went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These guys will land. All these guys will land back up in Belarus. And then, like I said, those 2 are staying. And then these guys, they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They'll land up here in Leningrad. Any other ground movement? Oh yeah, ground movements. I am going to take the artillery out of Leningrad and go 1, 2. Since they can move 2, they'll move up to Karelia. And then my my strategic rail, the infantry from Kiev, 3 of these from Kiev are coming to Stettin, and then the 3 mech from Leningrad are coming to Stettin. And oops, and then I want to move this artillery, and that'll be it. Okay, so that is it. All right, so that is it for the Soviets, and we will see you guys next time for the Allies. So until then, guys, as always, take care.